No, 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 no. Okay, so, hey guys. So last night was pretty crazy because me and my husband completely turned 180 degrees each person. Yesterday after the doctor's office, the baby got some shots. He was pretty like irritable and like, you know, kind of starting to have a little fever because of the shots. My husband was trying to do the cry it out method, and I was like not having it, and then I was feeling really bad for baby. I wanted to comfort him, and so I breastfed him and did what I could, you know, to get him to go to sleep, but he would not sleep. So he would breastfeed, knock out for 15 minutes, and then wake up again, and then breastfeed again, but then he would spit up because it's too much breast milk. Like, he can't be using me as a pacifier, and so I just like can't be going in the same vicious cycle over and over again. And I bit my tongue and I was like, okay, let's do the cry it out method. But hubby was like, no, he just got his shots. He just basically turned into me and I turned into him. And last night I was like, just put him down after I breastfeed him and then let him cry it out in his snoo. And so we were like biting our tongues and like feeling really bad, but we had to do it. And he cried for 25 minutes before he knocked out. And then when he knocked out for 4 hours. And then I breastfed him, put him back in the snoo, and then he cried for 10 minutes and then went to sleep for another 4 hours. So success on our part. I would say my part. Because Brian was like, I can't believe you're doing this right now. You're evil. I'm sleeping with evil. He didn't want to hold my hand when I was like, you know, going through the process of, you know, sleep training baby and feeling guilty about it. I was like, you know, let's do this together. He's like, no, you're mean. So we stuck it out. I told him not to intervene, and it was a success. And he woke up in the morning pleasant. Usually when he wakes up in the morning, he's always crying for milk and like really like, Argh! But he woke up and he just stared around, smiled a little bit. I heard him, and so I went to go check up on him, and he was just happy baby. And as for me, I didn't sleep much because I anticipated that maybe he might wake up here and there because he's a spitter, and I was afraid that he might choke on himself, so I stayed up most of the night just to see if he would wake up, but he didn't, and so I'm still kind of like a zombie. My husband slept pretty well after baby fell asleep, so he slept pretty good, and he only helped me with the baby by taking him out of the bassinet because my back hurts and I can't be holding a heavy 16-pound baby, picking up in and out just to breastfeed. So yeah, he just slept a lot. So the only person who's losing sleep is me, but it's okay. A successful night. I did implement the sleep training for nap time because I wanted to test and see if he understands when I'm there or not. So I discovered that when I let him cry it out and hold him or like near him or in the same bed, he would take advantage and cry longer. So instead of 25 minutes, he was doing it for 30, 40 minutes. And so I decided, okay, let's test it and put him in his snoo. And I did that, and he fell asleep after 10 minutes after feeding. And I was like, oh my God, maybe he just needs to not see me, and then he'll be okay. So I hope this is like a continuing thing. Like, if we stay consistent, then maybe we'll have a really happy baby and pleasant in the day and pleasant at night as well. Because before, he was just like crying for me all the time, every single hour, breastfeeding him, throwing up. It was a vicious cycle, and it wasn't good. So good job that me and Brian finally, with a little push on my end, came to a agreement to do it together, even though he was pouting the whole time. So also want to note that the snoo is finally working for us. I mean, it's broken right now because we have the little Roomba that's going around, or the little vacuum machine robot that's going around and eating up all the the wires and plugs or whatnot, so it got into the snoo wire and then messed it up, and so it's not working. I mean, it didn't really matter anyway because the rocker didn't work for us from his birth till now, but what works for us is definitely the strap, the Happiest Baby strap thing. So basically it's like a swaddle. You would strap his body first with his arms, and you would zip him up, and then there's two little flaps that just kind of like seals him down to the bed so he cannot roll. He can roll now, but the snoo prevents him from rolling over because it has the straps that just completely holds him down, so he cannot, you know, do that in the snoo. But if he's sleeping with us and co-sleeping and we swaddle him, he can roll and then suffocate himself. So that's a good thing about the snoo. Beneficial for us, and finally putting to use for us. So we have the snoo until maybe 2 more months because it's up to 6 months, and we have to graduate to a bigger bed or crib or whatnot. So yeah, happy that that's finally doing something for us because it was so expensive and we were not using it at all, and baby was co-sleeping, and now that he's 4 months, we're sleep training. And so the snoo, I guess it does work. Or at least the swaddle of the snoo works. They do have the Happiest Baby swaddle, the same thing as in the snoo, but it doesn't have the flaps that holds the baby down onto the bed so he doesn't roll over. So they have that. But like I said, a lot of swaddles doesn't really work for him. I used my shapewear the other day and he was fine. It's just that he started to sweat up and I didn't like that. So put him in the snoo. So yeah, I feel good about the progress. And at first I felt so guilty, but now I feel so much better because we both are happy. Like, he's not miserable, always crying for me. And if he is crying, then it's the sleep training process, which is, I hear, bad for the first 3 days, and then after that it's okay. So I see a bigger light at the end of the tunnel, a bigger tunnel area. Okay, so right now it's about 5 o'clock and I want to keep baby awake. He just ate, so I'm trying to hold him down like this because he keeps rolling over, and every time he eats, he rolls over, he spits up because the pressure on his stomach, and since he's a spitter, it doesn't digest well, so he has to wait at least an hour and a half before he can actually roll over. It's weird that I'm preventing him from tummy time, but you know, this whole time he wasn't practicing tummy time, and all of a sudden one day he's doing tummy time just perfectly fine. He can lift up his head, lay on his stomach, and now it's like, okay, you can't do tummy time. You have to lay on your back until you digest. A big spitter. Anyways, fever is going down. I feel good, but I'm gonna take him out for some fresh air and keep him occupied until tonight's training, second day. Yay. Knees and toes. Look at him. Happy baby. By the way, this is from my friend Tex. Magnetic knees. Super cute. So lately he's been doing this thing with his mouth that he bubbles up. I don't know what it is. But yeah. What's going on, honey? I think he's starting to like peekaboo. Peekaboo! Hi! Peekaboo! Hi! Hi, my love. So pleasant today, huh? Good night's rest? Everything okay? Yeah. Let me try it again. Let me try it. Peekaboo again? Yeah? Peekaboo! Oh, the shock face. Oh, and the cycling. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, honey. What's going on? Okay, we're finally out and about. I'm gonna go to this place here. It's new in town. It's called Smile Hot Dog. Here it is. They're known for their chewy hot dogs. So let's go check it out. The new Korean craze in town.
The ultimate snack.
It says the ultimate what?
Snack.
Snack? Delicious Korean street what? So we ordered a spicy dog, a mozzarella and cheese dog, and a Cheeto dog with some rice cakes. Bon appetit, honey. Brian's here just to accompany me while I enjoy my foodie journey. And so, baby, Scooper.
Sorry.
Scooper, you okay? Aww. Also added some mustard because I love mustard. Bon appetit. Look at this. Love cheese. We are back home and it's about 7 p.m. so he can sleep if he wants to. If not, then it's okay. If he sleeps now, he can wake up around 9 p.m. Then we shower him, do the whole bedtime routine, read to him, feed him, and then our next session of Cry It Out. Anyways, the Dyson humidifier just came in. And I bought this because baby, he was getting sick and people were recommending like to get a humidifier, and I got one, but it didn't seem to work and it was small, and I don't know. My friend recommended the Dyson, so I'm gonna try it out and see if it works. Super excited about it, and get some clean, fresh, moist air for my baby to breathe while he sleeps at night, during the day, every day, whatnot. So we're gonna set this up and put this right next to him. It was a pricey penny, but you can't put a price on my baby and health. Okay, so there we have it. Brian's gonna set it up. Brian, come, look. So bacteria expelled into the air. It's hygienic mist that's free from 99.9% of bacteria, and it's very sleek. So super excited to try this out. Okay, so hopefully tonight is going to be another good night. It's going to be our second day of the Cry It Out training. When we went to the doctor's office yesterday, the doctor was like, do not, whatever you do not let the baby use you as a pacifier, because I was telling him he was waking me up every single hour, and he was nursing maybe an ounce, and he falls asleep, and it just became a miserable cycle, and he just wasn't getting a good rest. He was grumpy and grouchy, and I don't know. So I asked the doctor, so, you know, what should I do? He's like, let him cry. And I'm like, what do you mean let him cry? He's like, the Cry It Out method, just let him cry. I was like, for how long? He's like, just leave and don't ever come back. And me and Brian were like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I have, how many kids he has? He keeps saying
7.
it. He has like, no, he has like 10 kids.
7.
Are you sure? He said he has, I swear he said 10.
He said 7.
Okay, he's like, I have 77 of these little monsters, and oh my god, I just close the door and I do not come back at all until the morning. And Brian was like, well, he kind of cried a lot the other day and he lost his voice, and the doctor was like, even better. I was like, oh my god, this doctor is like, you know, he was funny, but then in the moment we're kind of like, we're not sure, and then sure enough, we took his advice, because last night he just kept sucking and waking up and then throwing up, a whole cycle, and I don't know, he just kept crying. And after we did the whole Cry It Out method, he just cried less when he was awake.
And he's a lot calmer now.
Yeah, he's much more calmer. It was really hard for us, but we did a lot of research before we decided to do it. I mean, after Brian did it yesterday, I was like really upset, but then I did some research and they said that sleep training for kids is around 4 to 6 months. So
he's 4.5. I think you're ready.
yeah. So how did you feel about it last night? I mean, you did it first. You didn't feel so bad at first, but then all of a sudden you felt bad. Why?
Oh, because he was sick. He had a fever.
And then you changed your mind.
Yeah. Well, he has a fever because of the medicine. I mean, the vaccine causes fevers. The body fighting the little viruses. But it worked, so you just gotta be careful, monitor his temperature.
I mean, I just flipped because I just felt like this is not gonna work. Me and baby can't be up all night. I have to be getting my energy to take care of him, and you know, we need to be happy together, not always clingy to each other like leeches, you know. So
now he's happy.
Now he's much more happy, and I heard this takes about a week, so we're ready for it.
He might cry again, but not as long tonight.
I would tell Brian, mm. Brian's like, are you sure? I was like, okay, because my nipples, I have nothing to offer anymore. Like,
yeah, he's just pacified.
I have no more milk. Like, after a while, I took him off and I squeezed my nipple to see if there's anything coming out. There's nothing, because he was on it every hour of the night. He wasn't getting like straight rest, and I was like, okay, we just cry it out. And
it works.
Sure enough, it's a little bit hard, but we're on the same team right now. Me and Brian.
I got a good sleep last night.
Yes, he did. Oh my God. Brian slept from 11 p.m. till 8:30, almost 9 a.m. So when I saw him sleeping, when he came back from work around like 5, I was mad. Sleep envy, because I haven't slept. Mainly because I was watching this guy and making sure that the quiet out method didn't affect him. But now that we're comfortable with it and we've passed that hard hill, we can see the effects of it, and hopefully within a week he'll be like good to go. Happy baby.
Just put him down and he sleeps.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was shocked.
We did it again today, right?
Yeah, every single time I tried to like go in there, I would hold myself back 5 more minutes. And then another 5 more minutes, another 5 more minutes, and he would slowly stop. He would stop, and then he would look around, and then he would smile, this little devil, and then knock out. And I'm like, this guy is playing me for a fool. So the doctor gave us some good advice, I would say. He said to set some boundaries, because like he's living in our house. If he goes to someone else's house, he'll put down the toilet seat, but our house he'll leave it up, you know, stuff like that. So we have to set boundaries, and I guess I just really that just sunk into me last night when I was breastfeeding him.
Don't baby him.
Yeah, don't baby him. I was like,
you may be a baby, but you're not gonna get baby.
I think he's smart, because he's just getting away with everything these days.
Not no more.
And especially between me and Brian. Brian is the strict one, and I'm the nice one. So he always looks at me like, mommy, mommy. He gives me those baby eyes. I'm like yelling at Brian, and I would kick him and roll him and scream at Brian. And then now it's like mommy's on Brian's side too. So he's like, who am I going to look to? But you know what? It's better for all of us in the long run. Okay, honey. I think it's feeding time.
Feeding time? Dyson, let me set this up.
Oh, yeah. And make sure that you feed baby enough in the day so he gets enough food. And then by the time he has his last feeding, he will sleep through the night.
So this is a humidifier?
Yeah, a humidifier. Okay, baby. Okay, honey.
So how is this better than any other?
Huh? How is this better? We'll find out. Okay, honey. Okay. Okay, honey. Alright, so stay tuned and see how we progress with the sleep training. But so far, I'm happy. He's happy. We're all happy. Rough patch today and yesterday.
Coffee time.
Turn it off. My baby just woke up from a nap, his second nap of the day, via cry it out method. This time he cried for 20 minutes and then knocked out. And he's good now. We're going to take a shower for him. Bedtime story, and then breastfeed, and then back to sleep for the rest of the night. So day 2, sleep training. We got this. We got this. He cries for a good 30 minutes average, which is good, because I text my friend Kat. I was like, when do you do sleep training? She's like, 4 months. And I was like, so 4 months is okay, even though they're going through sleep regression? She was like, yeah. And I was like, so how long do you let them cry for? She's like, well, mine cried for 2 hours the first time. I was like, oh, so 30 minutes is wonderful. So, I mean, I'm just hopeful. I mean, this is our last resort kind of deal, and we all need to get some sleep. I mean, I've been trying to catch up with him, but it gets to a point where your body crashes, and I'm not a robot, so I'm a human being. And I can only go for maybe a couple days and I'll crash. So, tough love. Okay, baby? Dyson is up and running. Feels good. Got some air flowing. And it's almost time for the shower or bath and then bedtime stories. Okay, honey? He's got a bib within a bib. See? Bib, bib. It's about 10 p.m. One more hour and it's bedtime. Bedtime stories. He finished his milk bottle
Mechanical,
already.
photocopying, recording, or otherwise without the prior
That is
permission
not a story.
of the copyright holder.
Stop reading all the other stuff.
We're
Read
done.
the
I
story.
gotta finish it
Or
off.
reread it to him again.
If you do any of these, we'll send you to the naughty step or worse.
Oh my gosh.
Edition 10. He only cried for 3 minutes.
I don't think so. It looks like 2 minutes. It was at 10:50. Now it's like 10:52. Oh yeah.